it's Kristi. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is just a getting things done video. I have so many things that I need to get done before noon. It's like 9:30 right now, and I have a service contractor coming sometime this afternoon. So you know how they do the windows. Our window is from 12 to 4. I don't know when he'll get here, but I want to make sure that I have most of my task for the day that I really want to get done before he gets here. So I want it all done before noon. So I need to clean up the kitchen, and then I have some laundry I want to put on. I have some clothes in the dryer that I need to fold, and just a few things like that I need to get done. I'm a little bit behind on my schedule this morning, or I just mixed it up. Usually I come in right after I exercise and take care of all of this stuff, but today I went ahead and exercised and it was really cold, so I wanted to go ahead and get dressed, so I did that, and now I'm coming back to get all of this stuff done. So some of the things I'm doing will be things that I normally do as part of my morning routine. I'm just doing it in a little bit different order today. One other thing that I really want to get to today is, in my last video I started cleaning out the pantry, and today I want to do some more decluttering in the pantry. If you saw that video, you know that instead of doing one huge declutter of the pantry, I'm doing it little by little. So last time I took care of the floor, so today I want to go in and maybe pull out a couple of baskets and do some decluttering with just a few of the baskets. So I know this is not how most people declutter, and I asked y'all in my video if most of you prefer to do your pantry like one fell swoop, or if you prefer to do little bits at a time like this. And most of you said that you like to do it all at once. I totally agree. I love to do things all at once. It's so much more rewarding when you do it that way. At the same time, I feel like it can be so overwhelming. And what I tend to do a lot is I will put off tasks that are just bigger jobs like that, especially like the pantry and the master closet and big projects like that. I'll put off because I don't want to have a huge mess. I don't want it to take me all day to do and all of that, so then I don't do it at all. So with that one, I did start doing it little by little, and I found that when I did the floor, it actually has motivated me to want to go ahead and get the rest of it done. So let's see what we can get to today. I'm excited to do a little bit more in the pantry, and hopefully I'll get to that before noon when the guys get here, but we'll see.
Hey, do you remember 20-something years ago, those cold nights in December and the sound of the falling snow? Fireplace warming us, the VHS movie box, your old broke down touring bus, and not a single cloud in the sky. If I could go back in time, I'd pack my bags right now. If I could play back rewind, I wouldn't think twice. A pair of jeans and a dusty shirt, didn't have a dime.
My first task of the day was going to be to clean up the kitchen from the night before, and then also Whitney had eaten breakfast, so I needed to clean up all of the stuff that was left over from his breakfast. But before I did that, I was really craving a matcha latte. So I went ahead and made one and just sipped on that a little bit before I got started. Matcha lattes have been my drink of choice lately. I'm pretty much obsessed with them, and I'm trying to figure out how to make it at home so that I can get it to taste as close as possible to Starbucks. And I'm still working on it, but I think one of the issues is the frother that I have. I don't think it's frothing quite good enough. It just doesn't make a really creamy froth. It creams it up a little bit, but it's still fairly thin. So I think I'm gonna go to Amazon and look for a new frother. So if you have a frother that you've been using that you love, please let me know in the comments below so I can have some recommendations for that, because I'm gonna be ordering one soon. I'm looking for one that makes a really thick froth. So let me know if you have any recommendations. I would really appreciate it. For my matcha lattes, I like to heat my water in my tea maker, and it wasn't until I was editing this video that I actually realized how badly I needed to clean out my tea maker. You know how it gets stained at the bottom? So when I was editing this video, I was like, oh my gosh, I almost didn't include the footage, and then I'm like, no, I'm just gonna include it. And then I have since cleaned that, and I'm gonna talk to you later in the video about how I cleaned my tea maker, and whether you have a tea maker or a coffee maker, you can do the same thing. I didn't get footage of it, but I am gonna show you my cleaned version at the end of the video so you can see how that turned out. And I'll tell you exactly how I did it so you can clean yours at home if you have one, or if you have a coffee maker that is stained like that too and you need to get it clean.
Life is only a mirror, and every person that you meet, if someone makes you shiver and sweeps you off your feet, just be strong and find a way to try. When you belong, listen to the voices in the deepest parts inside.
I had a few dishes from Whitney's breakfast that I needed to wash, and then also everything that I used to make my matcha latte. I went ahead and hand washed and dried that. And then it was time to clean the sink. Cleaning the sink is one of my favorite things to do. I find it somewhat therapeutic. I don't know if it's just the scrubbing and seeing all the soap in the sink, but I just really enjoy it. So what is one cleaning task that you really enjoy doing? I love cleaning the sink, and I usually will do it at least once, if not 2 times a day. I always do it either in the morning or at night, and sometimes I do it both morning and night just because I like doing it so much.
Just be strong. When you belong, there will always be a way. You will always find how to go on. Just be strong and find a way to try. When you belong, there will always be a way. Yeah. Just be strong and find a way to try. When you belong, there will always be a way.
We had 2 empty tea containers that I needed to fill up, so I went ahead and did that after I was done with all of the dishes. Once a week, I make an iced tea concentrate, and I just put it in my mason jars, and then all I have to do throughout the week is fill up my containers whenever they get empty. So I love doing it that way. I feel like it saves me so much time to make the concentrate rather than having to make a new batch of tea every time we run out of one of our containers.
It's been you all along, but I've been too caught up to see it, baby. We can have it all if I just could get myself together. I'm not wasting another minute. If it goes up in flames, I'll take the pain. If I never tried again,
I've gotten most of the kitchen done. Believe it or not, it's already almost 11 o'clock. By the time I made my matcha and kind of sipped on that a little bit and then got everything done in the kitchen, it is now almost 11. So we're gonna eat lunch, or at least I'm gonna start heating lunch for Whitney at 11:30. He is still working from home. So of course that's part of what delays me too. Now that he's home, you know, it's not as easy always to just knock things out the way that I used to. But I'm excited because I got the kitchen done. I still need to do the stove. I didn't clean it last night after we cooked, so I need to do that. But I figure at this point, I just as soon wait to clean the stove after we eat lunch, and then also I'll clean the countertops after we eat lunch. It's so close now. I'd rather just wait and do it once rather than having to do it twice. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and heat up the clothes that are in the dryer so I can fold those, and then I am going to put on a load of towels.
Come closer, dance for me. Easy, tiger, easy, let your hair down. Come closer, let me see all your million faces and all your million mistakes. You don't need to hide. Come closer so that we can be together. Everything that has been don't matter no more. We've burned it. All those whirlwinds can't touch us no more. We've earned it. We've earned it. Your eyelids and perfect lips.
Whitney had been off work for a few days, so he ended up doing a decent amount of cooking while he was off. And the day before, he had made some short ribs and some potatoes. So all I needed to do was heat everything up. So I went ahead and just started heating everything up so that it would be ready when he was ready for his lunch break.
Yeah, it's a hot day. I'm hanging in the sunshine. You should hit me with a splash gun so I cool down. Won't you come on over? We can party till the sun's down. Baby, let me buy you a drink while we're dancing and make. I can go for some we me too. Hey baby, if you're looking for some prices, I tell you everybody's standing in line for the water slide.
It's about 1:40 in the afternoon and we ate lunch, and I was just finishing up all of the dishes when the service guy got here. He came to look at our dishwasher and our ovens. So we're still in the warranty phase of all of our things with the home builder, but it's getting close to a year that we've been in the house. So the guy came and did a walkthrough the other day, and we showed him all the things that were wrong. And so now, like, we have all these service people that are lined up to come and fix all of the things. Some of it they had already been working on because throughout the year we've put in different requests. But with Corona, you know, it's just slowed everything down. And there was times where we weren't letting people in the house, all of that kind of stuff. So the guy came to check out the dishwasher. And like we knew there was something really wrong with it from the minute we moved in the house. But it's just taken this long to figure out exactly what it was and have somebody come out and look at it. So I'm gonna show you a little bit of footage from when the guy was here. But what it turns out is it was damaged before they ever installed it. So they really never should have installed the dishwasher. We've been able to use it, but it could end up causing problems. And we were having trouble just shutting the top rack whenever it was full of dishes. So we're gonna have to turn that over to the builder, and hopefully they're gonna replace our dishwasher for us. On the ovens, we were just having issues with the lights blinking every time you open the door, and that was happening on both the top and bottom oven. So that's an easy fix. He just needs to order the part, and once it comes in, he'll come back out and change that for us.
And you know everybody's looking for a ride in the water slide. Surfing on the wave of good feelings. Well, it's just another Friday in paradise.
Once he was gone, I went ahead and wiped down all the countertops and then came back with the disinfecting wipe and wiped everything up. But I still needed to clean the stove, so I cleaned the stove, and then after that, I needed to vacuum the floor just around the island where we were cooking and eating. It was dirty. And then I just did a little bit of mopping just in the area where we cook between the sink and the stove. We had tons of spots and I just wanted to get that up.
Everywhere else to go but here. But for some mysterious reason, my feet was directed to you, my dear. I had wished I could stay away, rid my thoughts of you some way. But so far, so bad. What can I say? You're the best that I had. No, I can help myself. 'Cause the hard one, what the hard ones can help myself. When the hard ones, the hard one, what the hard ones. I thought I had shown this town my taillights, and that a brand new world was in this stretch of road. Just keep the horizon in my sights. I had wished I could stay away, rid my thoughts of you some way. But so far, so bad. What can I say? You're the best that I've had. How can I help myself when the hard one, but the hard ones get
So now I'm gonna go and finish up the laundry. I need to put the towels in the dryer. So I'm gonna do that, get that going, and then I'm gonna pull a couple of baskets out of the pantry and go through just a couple. I don't think I'm gonna do too much of that today. We'll see how much I get done, but I'm excited to do a little bit more on the pantry and keep making progress in that room.
when the hard ones, the hard one, but the hard ones.
In the pantry, I'm gonna focus on this section right here where I have my teas. So I have 2 baskets that are overflowing with teas. I have more teas and different things in here. So I think I'm gonna pull out those 3 baskets and just work on those. But I do have some tea over here as well. That's a green tea. And if you see this glass container in the back, I have green teas in there. So I'm just gonna take those out and put it in there. So that's all I'm gonna do for today. So you can see it's this shelf right here. And while everything else is still a mess, other than the floor that I did the other day, which we have added a few things back to the floor, but I'll talk to you about those. Part of the issue is I need to clear space out for this so we can get some of this stuff up on the shelves. So I'm just gonna tackle this today and we'll see where we are when I get done. I started out by bringing the baskets out to my kitchen island, and then I just started taking things out of the baskets and checking expiration dates to see what was out of date, because I knew I was going to throw those things away. And in these baskets, I knew that pretty much everything that was not out of date I was going to be keeping. So it was just a matter of sorting those things. And then as I was going, I also sorted things into like piles. So I knew I had some different types of teas, so I kept the similar types of teas together, and then also my chocolate together, and I just kind of put things into categories as I was going. Here's everything that I took out of the bins. The bins are empty now. So I used to have one of these bins was assigned to chocolate, so I have some chocolate stuff. The different crackers and popcorn that you see was because one of the bins was supposed to be assigned for that. When we moved, everything got shuffled and I never redid anything. So this beef jerky is old. I need to throw that. These, as you can see, have been opened and are old. So I'm gonna move these to the stack over here that I have of everything that's gonna be thrown away. So everything on the end right here was out of date, or I just know that it's really old if I couldn't find a date on it, so I'm gonna throw it. And then I found some toothpicks in one of the baskets, so I need to put that where they go. And then I also found a couple of different sauces that I had that I need to put with all of our other sauces, so we'll actually know we have them and use them. Sorry about that, I hit the camera and it moved. All right, so then here's all of my teas. And as you can see, I have a lot. So I just kind of like put all of my matchas together and I sorted them like as best as I could for the moment, but I'm gonna go through and redo those in a minute. And then I have spices. So I'm gonna put all of that where it goes in the pantry with the other stuff. And then I have my green tea over here, so I'll deal with that in a minute as well.
Feels like I'm fading away. And I wonder why no one ever stays. How am I supposed to spend my days when all I wanna do is feel? Reaching out for something that is real. Babe, I'm trying to heal. I wanna run with you, run away, just run away and leave this world behind us. I wanna run with you, run away, just buy a ticket and I see you on the next bus. Oh, daydreaming, we're filled with too much doubt.
Over here, I have my green tea. This is the container where I've been keeping my green tea. So I just need to put these in here. And then I have been loving lately the mix of mint tea with green tea. I do 2 green teas and 1 mint tea in my Breville tea maker, and I love it. It's great whether you drink it hot or iced. So I'm gonna keep the mint tea next to my green tea. I'll figure that out. But I wanted to show you too, on my basket, what I do is I keep all of these potato chip clips on the side of my basket. So whenever we need one, we know right where they are and they're easy to grab.
How am I supposed to spend my days when all I wanna do is feel? Reaching out for something that is real. And oh, I'm trying to heal. I wanna run with you, run away, just run away and leave this world behind us. something that is so real. Oh, I'm trying to heal.
I've got everything organized. I put all of my tea into these 2 baskets. I took all of my tea bags out of their cardboard boxes that they come in, and I put them in Ziploc bags for now. I'm gonna go back in and write on the Ziploc bags what type of tea it is, just because that way I'll be able to just kind of flip through the basket and see without having to pull it completely out to see what the tea is. And then some of the teas that are like my loose teas, and I just kept them in the packages that they came in. So these are all of my herbal teas. And then these are all of my green teas, my matchas. This, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, moringa. So anyway, I drink this sometimes. It's pretty good. It's very similar to matcha, and that's caffeine free also. And then all of my turmeric teas and anything with ginger. So some of these are turmeric and ginger. Some of these are just ginger. This is lemon, ginger, honey. So anything that was a green tea or lemon and ginger, because I have a lot of those. So that's what's in this basket. And again, like I said, I'm going to come back and write all of the names on here. So I'll just be able to flip through without pulling them out and messing everything up. And then even my overflows, I had a couple more matcha teas. So that's my overflow. I'm just keeping it in the same basket for now. These are the things that I need to put away where they go. So I'm going to put the different spices with the spices where they go. I have more popcorn, so I'm going to put this with the other popcorn that I have. And like I said in my last video, I need to decant all of my popcorn. So that'll definitely be one of the things going in a canister when I organize. And then this is my chocolate basket. If you follow me at all, you know chocolate is pretty much my love language. So I have my baking chocolate that I use this for smoothies, and then I got some cacao nibs, and then I also have some cacao powder that I'm going to be using instead of this baking powder, but I also have another baking powder back here. These are so good for like shakes and different things like that. So I have that, some more cacao nibs, and then these are just some dark chocolate chips for baking, and then all of our different chocolate. So I love these 95% cocoa bars, and Whitney's favorite are these dark chocolate sea salt with caramel. And then these are just some other types of chocolate that I really like. But lately I have been eating even darker chocolate than this. So these are only like 72%, 88%. This is 72. So like I said, these are different, but I'm going to go back and put these all the same direction because that bothers me. So all of our chocolate, I have a little more chocolate. I'll pull out and show you, and I'll see if I can fit it in the bin, but if not, I'm good with how this is. So now I just need to put it back in the pantry.
It's gonna take a lot, 'cause we've been through hell. I can't be without you. I've tried and I failed. So can we work it out? Only time will tell. Why do you keep telling me nothing? But I know all your flaws, at least they say something. Still I try to connect with you through your eyes. Your eyes. What is on your mind? I think it's time to...
While I have this space empty right here and I can get to all of this easily, I'm gonna go through this. So these things I know are all new. We just recently bought these Whitney's taco packets. So I'm gonna move these somewhere else in the pantry, but I'm gonna go through this Lazy Susan that I have and just make sure everything in here is good, or if we need to throw anything away.
Can we work it out? Only time will tell. It's gonna take a lot, 'cause we've been through hell. I can't be without you. I've tried and I failed.
I made this Lazy Susan out of 2 bins from the Dollar Tree, and I just put marbles in between on the bottom, and it works perfectly. I have one of these on each of my corners for my 3 shelves from bottom to here. I don't have one any further above here because that would be too high for me to reach, but I love them because it's this post here. This is still fairly easy to get to. I think there's wasted space in the back there, but that's where I will end up putting some of my overflow. Once I end up completely organizing the pantry, I'll take some of my overflow items and put behind there.
I never thought in the wildest dream I'd see you again. Never dreamed about nothing else other than you. I always thought I'd be waiting.
It's about 3:30 and I'm ready to call it a day on the filming. I didn't get as much done as I was hoping, but I did get a lot done, and I'm really glad I was able to tackle a couple of those baskets in my pantry. Just that little bit makes me feel so much better, and I feel like I'm on my way to having a decluttered and organized pantry. Earlier in the video, I told you I would show you my cleaned tea maker and tell you how I cleaned it. So as you can see, I got all the stains out of the bottom of it, and even my canister is very clean. You can see a little bit of stain still in the corners, which I could have gotten that out if I just scrubbed a little bit better, but it's looking really good, and you can see no more stains on the bottom. Here's some of the clips where you can see how stained it was before. You can see that the bottom of the tea maker had lots of stains on the bottom. And then in the background, you can also see my canister, and you can see how stained the canister was compared to what it is now, where it's all sparkling clean. But all I did was take some vinegar and run the vinegar through a cycle. So I just fill it up on here to where it says the tea line is. And the reason I did that is so I can have my tea canister in there, and that will drop down, and that way that will get in the vinegar to soak as well. And so then I just put it on a regular tea cycle where it goes through on regular tea and run it through, and it sits for 5 minutes while it would be brewing the tea, but of course nothing's in it. And then once it's done, I scrub it, and it doesn't take long at all to do this, and you don't even have to scrub hard, but you will have to scrub. It loosens things up, but it doesn't totally pull everything up. So then after that, you just clean it, and I have a sparkling new tea maker. But you can also use this on a coffee maker. So if you don't have a tea maker and you have your coffee maker that needs to be clean, just run some white vinegar in it and you can get it sparkling clean. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. That really does help out my channel, and it lets me know that you enjoyed this type of video so I can make more of them for you. And if you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you subscribe and join our community. Just hit that subscribe button and then turn on your bell notifications so you'll get notified when my new videos come out. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you more than you know. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
But now we're here and I'm